open up. I got the stuff with me.
Who?
Dave, man, open up.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave, come on, man, open up. I think the cops
Dave's not here.
Open up the door. It's Dave.
Who?
Dave. D-A-V-E.
Dave?
Right, man, Dave. Now, will you open up the door?
Dave's not here.
Oh. Well, Dave is here. It's a special day for Dave Rodgers. That would be me as I move into my second decade of broadcasting here on 103.7. Celebrating 10 years, my own little anniversary, and it's a pretty cool deal. Going to be very low-key, and I'm going to give you a chance today as I feature songs from the last 10 years on the air. I'm going to give you a chance to win some tickets and a few other things, all right? So stay close to the radio, make it fun for you, and you'll get to enjoy some tunes that you haven't heard in a while on KRZR. Maybe back in 1989 when we first signed on, you'll hear some tunes, 1990, 91, and so on. When I first started in this business, I worked for a station called X104. You might remember that station. We played that stuff that B95 plays, if you know what I mean. And we used to have these really cool things. They would, like, sing our name and everything. It was kind of cool.
Dave Rodgers.
It was kind of cool when you heard things like that. But 10 years later, I'm still here somehow. Once radio is in your blood, it just continues to stay in your blood. And I have to say a really big thanks to E. Curtis Johnson, because I can honestly tell you that if it wasn't for E. Curtis Johnson, who has been here just as long as I have, wouldn't be working for KRZR, that's for sure. And Chris Daniel and myself and E. Curtis are the ones that have been here in the very beginning. Probably the most satisfying thing for me is to turn over to 106 and hear Spanish music, because they were our biggest competition until we ran them off the air, so that was pretty cool. All right, going to start off the big anniversary show today, and it took me a while to pick my most favorite song from the last 10 years, but it really wasn't that hard. You probably recognize these guys. Stone Temple Pilots. For the last 10 years, I decided Plush was the song I would pick as my most favorite rock tune. Enjoy it as I celebrate 10 years on the radio. KRZR and Dave Rodgers. 103.7 KRZR. It took me 10 years to decide what would be my favorite song after a decade on the air at KRZR, and that's it. Plush from Stone Temple Pilots. This is Dave Rodgers. Usually don't talk about myself on the radio, but today is a special day for me. 10 years I have been on the air in Fresno, and 8 of those years here at KRZR since we signed on in June of 1989. And it's a chance for you to win some stuff today. We have tickets for you to see Volcano on Tuesday night, and each hour I'm going to play 3 or 4 songs maybe from the past 8 years of rock radio, and you're welcome to pick up the phone and say, happy anniversary, Dave, 10 long years, and it's been a really, really fun time, and hopefully another 10 I'll be able to stay on the air somehow. And so you can call me up and say happy anniversary, or you can guess who sings the different songs that I play. For example, this one was probably the most popular song we played back when we signed on in 1989. You know who this is? Caller 10-247-2000. Let me know.
Jason.
Jason, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Were you around 10 years ago, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm 22 years of age.
All right, so you were about 12 when I first started in the big radio business, huh? Who is this group?
Skid Row.
You got it. Skid Row and 18 in Life, probably one of the most popular songs we played back in 1989 when we first signed on. And you got yourself tickets, courtesy of KRZR and the Connoisseur, to see our premiere of Volcano on Tuesday night, buddy.
Cool.
All right, tell me which station rocks.
103.7 KRZR.
As we reminisce about the last 10 years that I've been on the radio, here's another one of my favorites from the crew. Check it out. Let's feel good, huh? KRZR. Hi, KRZR.
Hey, yeah, I like to wish Dave a happy anniversary.
Well,
10
thanks.
years.
Appreciate that. Who's this?
This is Brian Barrow.
Brian, I don't think you were around 10 years ago, were you?
Yeah, I was 2 years old.
You were 2 years, and you were still rocking as a 2-year-old, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for calling. See ya.
See ya.
All right, we're going to feature some more tunes from my 10 years on the air, each hour on the hour, and a chance for you to win movie tickets. So stay close. It's one of my all-time favorite rock tunes. I don't even have to introduce it to you. KRZR.
Hey, Dave, this is Devo. I've been listening to you for years. Keep up the great work.
Devo.
Veruca Assault, 103.7 KRZR, closing out 40 minutes of commercial-free rock.
From Ritz Camera and Fashion Fair.
All right, you ready to go on tour with KRZR?
Oh, yeah, man.
All right, you have picked up the latest CD from Veruca Assault.
Okay.
And your name goes in the drawing for Friday, when we are going to send you and a friend to Las Vegas with airfare, spending cash, and a chance to see Bush and Veruca Assault.
Sounds great. And when is that?
It's coming up. We'll let you know when. It'll be sometime in May when you get to go, and it's all free from KRZR.
Okay, great.
All right, you're going on tour with who?
With Veruca Assault and KRZR.
.7 KRZR music there from Orbit. It's called Medicine. How are you? It's Dave Rodgers celebrating 10 years on 103.7 today. We're glad you're along for the ride. Coming up at 1 o'clock, some more reminiscing over the last 8 years of rock here at KRZR. And thanks for your phone calls. Appreciate those very much. Some movie tickets are on the way. If you can name some of the bands I'm going to play in just a little bit, so stay close. And we want you to join us tonight at 9:30 as we put you in touch with Fresno and the Valley's best local rock bands. Check out Play It By Ear with your host Mike Zolo, and Play It By Ear is brought to you by Diamond Billiards. So tonight at 9:30, local rock bands head your way on KRZR, and also heading your way, 40 minutes of commercial-free rock next.
You know, one of the big
103.7 KRZR, some Metallica, Fade to Black, one of the great bands that I have had the fortune to play over the last 10 years on 103.7. We're glad you're along for the ride. 1 o'clock with Dave Rodgers celebrating 10 years on the air at 103.7 this afternoon, and we are kind of flashing back. We're reminiscing every hour on the hour with 3 or 4 songs that maybe you'll remember, maybe you won't, all right? And see if you remember this one. And if you know the band, I want you to call me at 247-2000, and you will be able to win some tickets to our premiere of Volcano. Otherwise, just pick up the phone and give me a call and say, hey, Dave, happy anniversary. 10 years is a long time. I've got a lot less hair than I had 10 years ago when I started on the radio. Who is this band? Let me know. KRZR, 10 years on the air with Dave Rodgers. To Volcano Tuesday night. Make sure you come up and say hi to me, all right?
No problem.
All right. All right, here's another reminiscing song from Tesla, one of my favorites, Song and Emotion. As we celebrate 10 years on the air, me, Dave Rodgers, KRZR. 103.7 KRZR, reminiscing over the last 8 years of rock, the last 10 years that I have been on 103.7. Thanks for your phone calls, 247-2000, if you'd like to say something. Usually don't take time to talk about myself, but it's pretty cool being on the air for 10 years, especially working for KRZR and turning it over to KKDJ and hearing them play Spanish music. It makes me have a sense of accomplishment, if you know what I mean. I also had a lot more hair in 1987 when I started this job. All right, here we go. We're reminiscing still. You know these guys. They know where to do it, too, in an elevator. Check it out. KRZR, reminiscing over the last 8 years, the last 10 years for Dave Rodgers on 103.7.
Loving it in elevator, loving it up when I'm going down.
Hi, KRZR.
Hey, Dave. Happy
Yes,
anniversary, man.
Hey, appreciate you calling.
Hey, no problem.
Thanks for listening. How old were you 10 years ago?
I was 10.
And you were still rocking, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat, yeah. You played a little bit of that dance music and a little bit of rock and roll, right?
Yeah.
All right, we want you to check this one out from Van Halen. You'll remember it, okay?
All right.
Hey, hey.
Thank you for turning me into the rock and roll and beer drinking, bar going slut that I am. Thank you very much.
Who is this? Who is this?
Oh, if I told you who I was, then I'd be a stupid slut.
Oh, so you must have used to listen to KKDJ before we signed
Oh,
on the
no,
air.
no, no. I was always KRZR.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
Always will be.
Thanks for calling.
You're welcome.